What's good? It's your boy Jody Joe. Welcome to Jody's Corner. Thank you guys so very much for being here. I appreciate it. As the title says, this is a movie review for Aladdin. Oh yes, that thing. You know, May 24th, Will Smith, Pink Ranger in here with some swag. Sexy looking, rich looking Aladdin. Yeah, that movie right there. Thank you guys for watching. I am Jody Joe of Jody's Corner, the proprietor of this studio here. Thank you to all the people who show love and donations to making this studio possible. Thank you guys so very much. And we're going to get right into the movie review. But first, we need to make this place look sexy. Oh, yeah. Blew that thing up in respect to Aladdin. Or if not respect to Aladdin, at least respect to the Aladdin that we used to know. This is a spoiler-free review, so guys, don't worry about a thing. So this is a remake, a retelling of the original 1990s version of Aladdin that most of us all know and love. A lot of people were worried about how Will Smith does the genie. How does Aladdin perform? What's up with that Jaffar? Well, I'm going to put all those questions at ease without spoiling anything. So first off, let's tack the pink elephant in the room, right? Will Smith's genie. How was he, right? Will Smith's genie was a mixed bag. He was great at times, charismatic at times, and then there were some times where he was just cheesy. There's a couple of main reasons why I had some issues believing in this Will Smith's genie. Now, he did attempt, I believe he was very successful at making it his own. It's very much his own genie. It's not the Robin Williams thing. And what I did going into this movie was I took the whole Robin Williams out of my mind. Because, you know, if I do that, then it's going to set me up for a bad day, you know. So I didn't want to do that to myself. So I said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do the whole clean slate thing. And I think that overall I would give Will Smith a passing grade, which is like a C-. A couple of issues with Will Smith, right? We know this is a musical. He can't sing. So Will Smith's gonna rap. That's just a fact. He did that. We saw it in trailers. We saw it in clips. We know that. But I will say there's more to the musical performance that is Will. He tries to sing in this movie. Big whoop, right? Shocker. He actually tries to sing in this movie. And that's one of my main gripes with him as the genie. If you're going to just do your own thing and make it your own, like the song You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me, you know, it's like I could tell that the music and sound designers and musical engineers had a field day with Will Smith because they had to fix his voice. They knew that they had an actor who couldn't sing. They probably heard the sound recordings like, oh dear God, we got some work to do. His voice it didn't even sound like him when he was singing. Like the best way to describe it is like, let's pretend Aladdin has a voice like this. This is how Aladdin talks in the whole movie. Come on, Jasmine, you got to get out the castle somehow, some way. Come on, ride with me in my magic carpet. And then right before it goes to the song, it's a huge difference. Come on, Jasmine, ride my magic carpet. I can show you the world. What? That voice, that music voice, that speaking voice, two totally different things. And that's how it is with Will Smith's genie when he sings. There's a lot of pizzazz and a lot of funk in this movie. He put some swag to it, and I like that. I like what Will Smith was able to bring when he knew. The best parts of him being the genie was when he was completely being just Will Smith doing his Will Smith thing, not when he was trying to be something he's not. When he tried to be a singer, it fouled up a little bit. When he tried to be overly joyously funny and charismatic, it came off as a little feminine. Like, that's my number one issue is Will Smith was almost emasculated in this movie. Like, he was so feminine. Like, it was a lot of, I've never gotten that from Will before. You know, there's some stuff where he, there's some stuff going around. Hey, Every black actor puts on a dress. Not Will. Not Will. Until now. Yeah. Yeah, and like, hey. But hey, we're gonna get this. Hold on. His mannerisms were just so feminine. Like he was a unisexual. What is the word? Metrosexual? Is that the word for it? Where they're just like super. You would think he was gay, just straight up. We're in the theater like, is Will Smith playing a gay man right here? But he's kind of not. It's really weird with the Genie, man. Like overall, though, I would say that he did better than I thought he would do, and I'm happy about that. Because there were some points where I was really entertained, especially at the end. There's some stuff at the end with Will Smith that is really good, man. I'm like, there it is. There's that one of the best actors in Hollywood, Will Smith, doing his thing. I really loved some scenes that they showed of Will Smith, some story elements that he used regarding the Genie to tell a different type of story. So we got a little bit more than we would normally get with traditional Aladdin than we got in the traditional Aladdin film. And some people won't like it, and some people will. Me, myself, I'm not one of those fanboys who's like, I'm a huge Aladdin fan and you ruined my movie. I'm not an Aladdin fan. I'm not a fan of the original Aladdin even in the 90s. I like it, but I'm not head over heels for it like Lion King and Beauty and the Beast or Little Mermaid. I'm just not there with it. Aladdin was never really on my top tier, and I understand that it is for a lot of people. It's all difference of opinion. Don't kill me. So I guess that's why I'm not that hurt and not that upset and not that offended by not just Genie's performance, but by other performances that we'll get into in a second. Like, as a person who's not an Aladdin fan, I felt like this wasn't an Aladdin movie. Like watching it, it didn't feel like Aladdin. Overall, the tone and feel of it. The first act was rushed, right? So the first act was incredibly fast paced. They cut. They hurry up and got to that point real quick. It's like the script wanted to hurry up and get you to a certain point in the movie so we could start to tell the tale of the Genie, and they could start to tell the tales of Aladdin and Jasmine. That they rushed them so quickly, and in the first 20 minutes, it's like, oh, really? You're just skipping through that? Really? Already? Oh, wow. Really already? Wow, we're already here. It's like one of those situations. I wish they would have slowed it down in the first act. They would have benefited from that and grounding this film a little bit better instead of it coming off as a carbon copy, trying to catch up to what the 90s version did and then tell its own story after it caught up. I wish it just really took its time in the first act. That's another thing. Colors, beautiful. The songs and the music were great. I enjoyed most of them. Some of them didn't work. Most of them were Will Smith songs. A couple of Aladdins, yeah, it's that this movie, more than Beauty and the Beast, this is probably the most annoying musical Disney's released live action. I think it is. You know how there's some people out there that hate musicals. Tyler Perry, forget about it. They're not coming to Tyler Perry where they do a drama. Yeah, mama, you can't tell me what to do. Someday I will leave this. And then everybody's like, oh, that's it. They're singing. I'm checked out. I'm done. This movie will make them pissed off. People who hate when the music starts to kick in out of nowhere. There's a couple of scenes in this film where, not at this time, please save that. Can you save that? Don't do it right now. They're doing it. Okay, fine. A little bit of annoying. Aladdin. So that's with Will Smith. That's how I feel about him overall. I'll give him a passing grade. Aladdin's character. Now, Aladdin, I think that he tried. I think he really did try. But this dude is nothing like Aladdin in my eyes. He doesn't have the street rat look at all. He don't look poor. He ain't poor in this movie. I just refuse, because what you do is you show real poor people in the film, and then you look at him and he looks good. Motherfucker got nice skin. His hair's done. He could afford gel, nice clothes. Clothes looked high fashion. He looked like he doing better than me. How am I supposed to buy into a character of Aladdin that he's a street rat hobo who needs to eat to survive and steal to eat? And he looks like that. He looks like he's gonna step out of a Bugatti at any second. He looked like one of those rich oil motherfuckers, bruh. Nothing about him screams struggle. He doing better than most of us in the Just Us League. I'm like, man, can we trade lives real quick? You look good, man. Looking like an Indian, Arabian, Middle Eastern Henry Cavill. I'm like, look at Henry Cavill over here, Brown Cavill. I'm like, check that out. He all handsome and shit. I'm like, man, I want that life. So I didn't really buy Aladdin. I didn't buy the whole street rat. He didn't really captivate that. And that a lot of that fell is on the costume designer and stuff like that. But as far as his performance overall, I thought he was mediocre, man. There was nothing about him that I didn't get Aladdin, the character from the 90s, from him at all. There's such a visual disconnect. He's so strikingly handsome. I couldn't fathom to even. Anyway, let's move on to Jasmine's character. Now, here we got some meat and potatoes. Jasmine, loved her. She was fantastic. Jasmine's character was by far the best. I'm so alleviated to say that. She surprised me. She went above and beyond, if you ask me. She gave a lot of power to her performance. There's a song in this film 3/4 of the way through that takes place, and you'll know what it is. I believe it's called Speechless or something. It's great. It's powerful. I liked it. And I understand it. This film does have a little bit of SJW in there. I'm not even gonna lie. They sprinkled a little bit of it on there. You know, when I look at the way Genie was acting, black man acting all feminine, wearing dresses, acting weird, and then we get the idea that, you know, oh, you can't be a sultan because you're a woman, and then there's the, oh, I'm a woman, so type of thing. So they pound me. I wouldn't say they pound me over the head. That's a little far. I won't go that far. I'll say they remind me that I am a man watching a woman struggle. They remind me that she is oppressed by men and she's trying to break free from her oppressors, even though she's the princess of Ali Baba. What was it called? Yeah. So it's that. That's the only gripe that I have when it comes to Jasmine's character. That's the only one. Besides that, you know, she does pretty darn good, in my opinion. She's solid. She could sing. She could sing well at that. I'm so glad. She has a great voice. She hit her notes. And it's like, and that's kind of like the issue here, right? Because you get Aladdin, I think he could sing well. Not too great, but he could sing. But then you get a Genie coming with a song, and then you're like, oh, you got to hear that. And then here comes Naomi Watts, Jasmine, and she's talking, and then she transitions into singing beautifully. Great voice. And then it's like, you look at the rest of them, you're like, why y'all can't sing good? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, man. But she does, I think she was the best actor in this entire film. Bring a lot of power. Her facial expressions were amazing. I believe that her tears were real. Her frustration was real. I was rooting for her, and even at the end with the end result, I'm okay with it. You know, it wasn't as bad as I anticipated it would be. So I think that they handled her character really well. She has a friend who's a maiden. She was great. The Sultan was okay. They made a lot of changes to the character, but by far, the worst, most trash character in this entire movie is Jaffar. I mean, Disney. Jaffar is absolutely rant-worthy. And I'm not going to rant because I'm not an Aladdin fan. But my God, you Aladdin fans, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for y'all. I'm sorry. I feel pain for people who have characters who they love get done like this. There is nothing, and I mean nothing, intimidating about Jaffar at all. And they even give him CG face to make him look intimidating. With the help of CG face, he still can't look intimidating. It's sad. I am going to shut up. You know, you just don't. There's nothing worse than someone who's trying to be tough and you know they can't be tough because they're not coming off as tough. They just look like a nice guy trying to be mean. He looks nothing like Jaffar. He acts nothing like Jaffar. When he tries to act like Jaffar, it comes off as a softy trying to be hard, and it looks whack. And there's nothing worse than that. Everything about Jaffar is trash. I will say the actor tries. I'll give him credit. The actor tries with he's just trying to get a check. I get it. But sometimes you just got to be like, I don't know. Hey, Jody, we've been watching your channel. We love what you do. We're thinking of casting you in a role for DC. Oh, really, Warner Brothers? Really? Yeah, we're going to cast you. How would you like to be? Get ready for it. Superman. I'm flattered you would ask me to be Superman, but I'm going to have to respectfully decline. I am 370 pounds. I look nothing like him, and the fans would be pissed. Sometimes you just got to do a little bit of that. Maybe not that extreme, but come on. This guy's nothing like Jaffar. His staff was doing most. His staff was more on point than anything about him. I really didn't like him. He's a trash character. He's really bad. And it's not because it's like I don't know what's the worst thing. Is it I don't respect him as a character. You don't respect him in the movie. You're like, God, get off the screen. And I think that's the worst thing in a film. You know, some actors just don't do well. And, you know, they try. And you respect it. You live your life. They'll get over that. Some actors are great. Some actors are just terrible. I think even the terrible actors are above actors that annoy me. You know those type of characters who show up on screen and you feel like you're in the way of where I want to go in this film. Please move off of the screen so I can get to the real characters I care about. I think that's the biggest insult to anybody who acts and any character in film. And I believe Jaffar fills that role in its entirety. That's exactly who Jaffar is. And that's the worst type of character you want to be. Just someone who just doesn't care. I don't care about you. When you move, you're annoying. Move. Show me the genie. When you begging for Genie, Will Smith's Genie, because of Jaffar's in a way, that's a problem. Now, I understand there's a lot of changes made to this, and I understand some of you guys might be upset, but it had some great costumes. It had some great feel-good moments. Will Smith put his swag on it. You know, there was a moment, Will Smith was like this. You know, he could have done much better if he just said, man, I'm about to go do full Will Smith. I think he would have been better than I liked him. But Will Smith is like this. Aladdin is like this. Jaffar's like this. Jasmine's like this. Jasmine superstar. Overall, this is a film that is meant for the children, not me. The ending is what really kind of put it over the top into a positive thing for me. I really like what they did with that ending, especially with Will Smith and his powerful acting. I almost teared up. So when I'm in my emotions in any way, that's always a good thing for a film. And I keep that in mind, and that's why I have to look at Aladdin, and I would have to give it. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I wanted it to be more. I really did. I wished it could get to like a B or something, but there was so much stuff that was dropping it. At its low point, which was about 35 minutes in, it was at like a solid D. It was at like a D, maybe even a D minus. It was down there. But it started to slowly, it was up and down, and then it slowly picked up, and then the ending, all right, there you are, a resting C. So that's my grade for Aladdin, spoiler free. I know I put a couple of things in there. I hope you guys didn't get mad at that, but it was intentional and I wanted it to be out there. Thank you guys so very much. Subscribe to the channel for more of that real content. I promise to give you guys real opinions. That's what I do here on Jody's Corner. Check out jodyscorner.com. It's a new website of mine where we can live chat, set up an account, and we're going to set up days where we can be on there. Articles, posts, and everything coming soon to the website. Also, something really great is planned in the future. I'll let you guys know, keep you guys posted. Also, a lot of things happening. So, Jody's Corner Live is now a podcast. It's available in podcast form on Spotify and iTunes right now. Android to come later. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I am Jody Joe. Subscribe to the channel. And I'm out this thing, man. Deuces.